Quick presentation, because for a while now we've been talking about running a level 3 trainers course for teachers so they can teach physical intervention in schools, and we've come up with an idea, and this is it. So this is the physical intervention train the trainer course for teaching staff, and this is going to allow teaching staff to go back and train their own staff. Now, the thinking behind this is we have a one-day level 2 NFPS education course, which is a one-day course specifically designed for schools based on feedback we've had from schools about what they require and what they need, and this can be delivered in one day. We also have a 2-day level 2 BTEC award in disengagement and non-restrictive physical intervention. So this is an awarding body qualification, and it sits on the quality framework, which means that schools can draw down funding for this. So we have an actual BTEC award that can be taught. There is also another BTEC award, which is a 3-day level 2 BTEC in disengagement and physical intervention, and this is a restrictive award. So it's the same as the 2-day one, with just an extra day added on to do the restrictive stuff. What they're thinking is because teachers are already qualified, is that they do 3 days training to enable them to teach the following, and 1 or a 2-day assessment on the end, and I'm open to ideas on this. Now, this is a document that's come out. It was issued in September this year, and it's a briefing document for what they call positive and proactive care, and it talks about reducing the need for restrictive intervention. So this has been produced by the Mental Health Framework. It's an NHS document, although it is going to be used and it's going to have some bearing on the education network because it's all about vulnerable people. To summarise the document without going into it in depth, what it basically says is that all forms of restrictive practices should be reduced over 2 years. That means that restrictive practices should only be used as a last resort in emergency situations. So just like the Department of Health guidance on positive and proactive care, they're looking to get away from anything to do with any type of restrictive technique, particularly those that cause pain. And within that document there is an objective to end prone, which is face-down restraint. And the CQC, the Care Quality Commission, will monitor and inspect against compliance with the guidance. And the CQC are doing this because the Health and Safety Executives do not have the resources to do it. So it's been farmed out for CQC to do. So they're looking at getting rid of restrictive, looking at getting rid of prone. So we have this already, as I've just explained. Here's my thinking. We take out the 3-day BTEC Level 2 in disengagement and physical intervention because that's the restrictive award. And we train teachers in the 1-day level 2 education course or the 2-day BTEC level 2 disengagement and non-restrictive physical intervention award. That would meet the guidance. And that means we could do possibly 2 days training with 1 or 2 days assessment on the end as opposed to 3 days. However, there is an option to do that 1-day BTEC level 2 physical intervention restrictive unit if there is a need to do so. So what we can do here is safeguard and ring-fence a training system and help schools safeguard their pupils and also, protect their staff from false allegations, etc. Because if they do the 2-day BTEC and the 1-day NFPS education course, but say, look, this isn't enough, we've actually got some real major problems here and we need to have more restrictive techniques, we can go back to the school, do a risk assessment, justify the need to do it, teach them 1 more day because they've already done 2 days in a BTEC, and upskill them to a 3-day BTEC Level 2 Disengagement and Physical Intervention Award if they want it. So here's how it works. This is what we're going to do. We've got a 2-day BTEC Level 2 Disengagement and Non-Restrictive Physical Intervention Award. Unit 1 is all about the laws and risks of physical intervention with young people. That's 10 hours learning. That can be done online. And we already have the online presentations good to go. Unit 2 is doing the physical. So that's where we teach them disengagement and non-restrictive physical intervention. That requires direct contact with the teacher, with the trainer, with the learner, and that requires 10 hours. So that's a 1-day course. Then we have a 1-day Level 3 trainer accreditation, which is assessment, and that requires a teacher to do 4 hours of attendance. So we've got another day and a half. So you're looking here at 2.5 days to 3 days to train a teacher, to be a trainer, to deliver a BTEC Level 2 award and our NFPS Education Award. Now we're looking at teachers here, and I've not spoken about teaching staff as yet, but if we're looking at teachers primarily, they already have a learning and education qualification of some sort because they are a teacher. But we can actually offer this to non-teaching staff, to teaching assistants and other teaching staff, and we could build into this, if need be, a learning and development qualification as well. So, what qualifications will they get? Well, they'll get a BTEC Level 2 award in disengagement and non-restrictive physical intervention. This is really cool because that then satisfies the guidance document that's come out that eventually is going to promote the fact that teachers should not be using restrictive interventions. So we're going to qualify them in a non-restrictive physical intervention award. And we'll give them an NFPS Level 3 disengagement and non-restrictive physical intervention trainer certificate as well. Now, the reason we'll give them 2 certificates is the BTEC Level 2 award says they're trained to deliver that award. And the Level 3 award proves that they're trained as a trainer. And the Level 3 award will have an expiry date on it, which means that we can come back and refresh them every year because the BTEC is a lifelong qualification. What does it license them to run? Well, it licenses them to run the BTEC Level 2 award in disengagement and non-restrictive physical intervention, and we will license them to run also the NFPS Level 2 education course. So any teacher that trains with us will get a BTEC qualification plus an NFPS Level 3 qualification, which means they're a trainer. They'll be qualified to go and train their staff, and they can train their staff in either a BTEC Level 2 award or an NFPS Level 2 education course, so a 1-day or a 2-day course, with the option then of upskilling for that 3rd unit, that 3rd day, if need be. Cost? Well, I haven't produced a cost on this as yet. I'm still working on that, so if you have any ideas on that one, feed it back. You guys are out there in the marketplace. Let me know what you think the cost would be for this. What do you think the school would pay for it? Now, we do know that there's other companies out there teaching education who charge an extortionate amount of money for stuff that primarily doesn't work and doesn't give them an awarding body qualification either. So we actually have a unique selling point here. We have some business leverage on this. So give me your feedback. Let me know what you think. All the best, guys.